E-learning has a tool, Blackboard Collaborate Ultra, which allows you to be able to interact with your class at a specific date and time. You will need to schedule a session for your Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. To do this, select your Blackboard Collaborate Ultra link in your course. In this case, I'm going to use the link on my course menu. And once my Blackboard Collaborate Ultra page appears, I'll need to select the Create Session button. Keep in mind, the Create Session button appears twice because I have not created a session in the course before. So when I select Create Session, I'll need to fill out information in the right-hand column. Starting with the first field, I'll need to type in the name, and you can see that once I type in the name, I have the ability to offer the session to people outside of my e-learning course or even outside of UTD. People who are guests have the default role of participant and can access the Ultra session using a guest link and have the ability to call in using the anonymous dial-in phone number and PIN number. Scrolling down to events, I can change the start and end date and time. Keep in mind, however, that in event details, I can make a session open, which means that the session will not end at a particular date or time, or I can have this session repeat. Repeating sessions can be done weekly, daily, or monthly. I can even choose that the repeat can be handled every week and a particular day, or change that every week to time up to every 10 weeks, as well as end these sessions after a predetermined number of occurrences. Since I only want to have one session, I'm going to deselect Repeat Session. By default, participants are allowed to enter this Collaborate Ultra session 15 minutes before start time. However, if I select a drop-down button, I can actually allow people to join the session up to an hour before it starts. At the moment, the description does not appear when I post a link to my Collaborate Ultra course, but keep in mind at some point the description will start to populate inside of e-learning. In terms of other session settings, if I select the drop-down tab for session settings, you can see that everyone who is not a moderator will have the role of participant, will not be allowed to record or chat anonymously, and will be allowed to show their profile pictures inside of the Collaborate Ultra session. If you don't want participants to be able to immediately share audio, video, chat, or be able to draw on whiteboards, be sure to deselect these privileges. However, because you don't know what kind of connections your attendees have, be sure to allow Enable Session Telephony. If you're not going to allow chat messages to be posted openly, consider whether or not you want private chats to be allowed between participants, and if so, do you want to supervise all private chats? Keep in mind that if you do not select Moderate Supervise All Private Chats, this command is not available when the Collaborate Ultra session begins. Once you're done with creating your session, select Save. And now you have a Blackboard Collaborate Ultra session inside of your course.